So there's a secret tool in Bambu Studio that lets you create 3D printed artwork in multiple colors. Normally when you think about multicolor printing, you think about things like this adorable little dinosaur, or this crazy little monster from out of space, or even something like this logo. But the tools in Bambu Studio that I'm talking about allow you to make artwork like this keychain, this larger plaque, and even these awesome multicolor pieces. The tool that I'm talking about I've been using for months to make multicolor artwork to sell on Etsy and to sell in other marketplaces, and it's something that my competition there is not doing yet. I'm going to walk you step by step through creating things with these simple tools. You're going to see how easy it is to make custom pieces for gifts and for customers. So let's give this a try. Okay, so there is a tool to make these in Bambu Studio. There's several related tools actually, and I kind of actually lied. They're not really secret, but they are hidden. They're not really well known, and they live in a weird place in Bambu Studio. But they are powerful. The tools that we want to look at are called Keychain Maker and Make My Sign. It's kind of weird that these tools do more than they say they do, but it's part of why most people don't know what they do or where they are. Like, what does this do? Create illustrated people? Or this one, it makes, I don't know, maybe a road sign and a wet floor sign? Okay, so I have Bambu Studio open now, and I am looking for the tools down here where it says Maker Lab that say Image to Keychain and Make My Sign. We're going to start with Image to Keychain. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, down here I have several pieces of artwork that I've already made. I'm going to go through and make 2 of them with you to show you how they work. So there's a secret tool in Bambu Studio that lets you create 3D printed artwork in multiple colors. Normally when you think about multicolor printing, you think about things like this adorable little dinosaur, or this crazy little monster from out of space, or even something like this logo. But the tools in Bambu Studio that I'm talking about allow you to make artwork like this keychain, this larger plaque, and even these awesome multicolor pieces. The tool that I'm talking about I've been using for months to make multicolor artwork to sell on Etsy and to sell in other marketplaces, and it's something that my competition there is not doing yet. I'm going to walk you step by step through creating things with these simple tools. You're going to see how easy it is to make custom pieces for gifts and for customers. So let's give this a try. Okay, so there is a tool to make these in Bambu Studio. There's several related tools actually, and I kind of actually lied. They're not really secret, but they are hidden. They're not really well known, and they live in a weird place in Bambu Studio. But they are powerful. The tools that we want to look at are called Keychain Maker and Make My Sign. It's kind of weird that these tools do more than they say they do, but it's part of why most people don't know what they do or where they are. Like, what does this do? Create illustrated people? Or this one, it makes, I don't know, maybe a road sign and a wet floor sign? Okay, so I have Bambu Studio open now, and I am looking for the tools down here where it says Maker Lab that say Image to Keychain and Make My Sign. We're going to start with Image to Keychain. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, down here I have several pieces of artwork that I've already made. I'm going to go through and make 2 of them with you to show you how they work. Before we create one of these, let's talk a little bit about the colors. So obviously the number of colors you have available is the number of colors that your AMS system can use. And so for the A1 and the A1 Mini, you get 4 colors. There's no way to use a second AMS Lite right now. On the P1 and the X1 series though, you can have up to 4 of the AMS systems. I don't have 4, I have 2 of them right now, which gives me 8 total colors to use. So this is 4 colors, and so it's a black, it's a white, it's a medium gray, and it's a dark gray. That's basically all it takes to make this. And so if you have an A1 or an A1 Mini, you can make these black and white images. You can also make images with things like this. The squirrel design here started as full color, but I have 4 colors being used, which means you can do some creative things to get around having 4 colors to work with, like doing this as a sort of sepia tone, but you can also limit the number of colors that you are working with as long as you're working with something small. And so this keychain that I made for my friend Mike, who is a realtor, and he's been jokingly giving these to his clients, is only 4 colors. This one is 8 colors, and technically it's only 7 colors. I didn't use the 8th color slot because 2 of the colors in this were a black and an almost completely black. So 7 out of 8 colors, 4 out of 4 colors. You can get a lot of things done. And I'm going to start with a black and white image because that's the place I think most people are going to start. Okay, so let's jump back over to the Mac, and I'm going to show you how I make those. First thing that I'm going to do over here is I'm going to go grab that image that I used to make the black and white picture of my son Henry. So I have this image in Google Photos. I'm going to make it black and white first. You can do this in Bambu Studio in the Keychain Maker. I like to do it first. I'm going to bring up my adjustments, and I'm going to go down to saturation here, and I'm going to get rid of the saturation. I'm also going to boost the black point a little bit, so that way we have a much stronger looking image to start from. Now you'll notice that there's a background here. The software will take out the background. However, if you're working with something like Adobe Photoshop, you can do that in Photoshop and it will do a better background remove than the Keychain Maker will. But I'm going to hit Image to Keychain. It's going to bring that window back up again. This is all being done on their server, so it can take a little bit for this to happen. All right, so now we have 3 choices. We have 4 color, 8 color, and 12 color. So when we told it to do auto matching, it looked at this and it said, this is probably a 10 color image. But when we go in and we choose 4 colors, what it does is it maps colors to those 4 specific colors. So if you look at the number of spaces for colors down here at the bottom, you'll see that there's 10 spaces. And when we click on 4 color, you can see here that these are different colors that it would recommend. I don't know if you can see this on your screen. It's slightly light black, and then this is a gray, and then a lighter gray, and then a medium gray, and a dark gray, and it's assigned all of those grays to just 2 different gray colors. So if I go over here to 8 color, we can see that it's got a lot more detail to it, and this is the point at which I think these images, these black and white images, start looking really great. And then we could also choose 12 color. There's not a lot of difference between 8 color and 12 color because, again, it's black and white, and the software thinks that 10 colors is ideal here. But let's go to the 4 color for a second. If you want to see what colors the different areas are, you can simply mouse over the color, and then it will show you the part of the image that is that color. Nice thing about that is, let's say that you wanted to do something else for number 2, and you can see that number 2 is being used for 1, 2, 3. Let's say I wanted to use something over here like their lighter color. It'll then immediately show you what it would look like. Or I can go in here and I can pick a color and I can see what it would look like if this was for some reason blue plus the black and the gray. And I think that looks awful, and so I'm going to undo that. The next important area is the plate and the thickness. So if we go to plate and thickness, we can see different ways that we can finish this piece. The default is to have the image on the front and a black on the back. And so that looks like this with an image on the front and then a solid color on the background. We can also have the front and the back mirroring, which this does, and I think is really good for a keychain, but with a person, it's going to flip the person, so it may be a little bit weird. That's what the double-sided setting is. Then you can also do shapes. You can do a shape that's got a background, and then the next is to mirroring the front and the back with a color behind it. And you can choose what the color is going to be of the background. And one of the things I like about this, and it's something that I often go and do in the sign maker, is that you can do something like a nice oval offset around the image, and I like to have it so that the image might be poking up through some of that, and so you've got an interesting look here. Face down mode is really important because what it does is it prints the color layer first, and then if you're printing something with a black back, it prints the black back at the top, and that means that you don't have to iron it. Now, if you're using a textured plate, like the textured PEI plate, you're not going to want to do this because the front surface of your image is going to have little bumps on it from the PEI. This button should probably have its own section. It's the attachment button, and this is what you would use to turn this into a keychain. I hit the attachment button and I put a keychain up there at the top, but these can be moved around. But you can also choose from a couple of different attachment points. So you've got the keychain attachment, which they call a hook. The next one is a bookmark, which puts something down at the bottom. And now I see that it's made a classic bookmark, which I think is great. It also has hole. You can put a hole anywhere. And again, this would make a really good ornament as well with just a hole to hang it from. Really important setting in this part is image thickness because different thicknesses result in different durability. And so this is one that I did originally, and it's just a millimeter thickness. And you can see that this is bending, and as a keychain, this is likely going to break. And so this keychain I did was a 3 millimeter thickness, and you can see that this is unlikely to break. And this I printed at 5 millimeters, and that's not going to go anywhere. So sometimes even if you want to do a small keychain, it's a good idea to do a really thick image so it's got more durability to it. And now I'm going to hit download, and it's going to download it as a 3MF file because the 3MF file contains the information about what colors you chose. And so download as a 3MF. If you download as an STL, the file has all the different colored areas, but you have to go in the slicer and you have to paint each of those areas, and it's a huge pain. Now, this is one thing that I find to be a lie. It says this may take 1 minute to download these. I have found it take anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour. I don't know what's going on. I know that the server is rendering these things into a 3MF file. So now we have the image inside of Bambu Studio. It comes in set up for the X1 Carbon. That's the default profile, but I'm going to just change this to the A1 Mini. The A1 Mini is actually the printer I use for a lot of these because even the biggest size, if I'm doing multiple of these, like several of these for people, or I'm doing this plus a couple of keychains and a couple of bookmarks, I'll stick them all on the same plate on a bigger printer, but this is the kind of thing I do on an A1 Mini. And you can see over here on the left, each of these colors is assigned to something. Now, if I want to go in here and I know that I want to use a white as one of my colors, I can go in here and choose white, and then it will show you the new image with white. And I actually kind of like that better than I like the really light gray, because I think it gives a nicer contrast to the image. And so this is it. At this point, I'm going to hit slice. Okay, now we're done, and I can simply go from here and I can print the plate. 3 hours and 4 minutes is how long this is going to take to run. So remember, when you price these things, don't just price it by the cost or the filament that's being used. Price it by the machine hours that you're using, how long the printer is out of use for anything else. And then I would just hit print plate and we'd be done. Very quickly now, I want to jump back to the keychain maker, show you a color version of this, and then we're going to jump in and move this into the Make My Sign so you can see the complete round tripping you can do here. So I'm going to go back in, scroll down to images to keychain. In this case, I'm going to redo this one over here. So I'm going to say create from blank. In this folder, I have that photo, and I'm going to drag that over. Okay, so again, I'm going to turn off keep the background. Okay, that is off. And then I'm going to change the crop here, and that's it. I got a nice crop for this image, and I'm going to make the shadows a little darker here. There we go. And I'm going to make the lights a little bit lighter here. Let's process the image, and this is actually probably a kind of usable image if you want to give someone just a lower quality ornament or lower quality keychain or bookmark. 8 color is how I did this. 8 color right now, and if I click on 12 color, you can see what that looks like. Obviously, this is a lot more realistic. All right, I have this set up to do 8 color. Down here shows you what colors it's choosing for the 8 colors. I am going to want to modify some of those, but I'm going to hit confirm. Now it brings me in here. These highlights are really strange, and so what I'm going to do here is I want to take a look at the different colors. And I think I would rather make this color, which is number 1, something that it already has. And so let's say number 3. Take a look at that. It's okay, but it doesn't really have the right contrast. So let's choose number 4. That looks creepy. And so I'm going to go back to number 3. Ooh, that's not good. All right, let's back up and try a different trick here. So I'm going to go back from this draft because I'm not liking the way that these colors work, but there's a trick to doing this. And so I'm going to go back. I'm going to upload this picture again. Let me grab the picture, drop the picture back on, remove the background. And this time I'm going to leave the highlights and the shadows the same. I'm going to hit confirm, give it a second to process the image. What I'm hoping here is that I then will be able to do a 12 color output and then remove 2 of the colors as opposed to doing 8 color and wishing that I had rendered it as a different set of colors. I'll show you what I mean in a second once I'm done waiting and waiting. Sometimes magic takes a really long time to happen. I think we can agree that this is not good and it has frozen right now. I can't click out of this and I can't click cancel or confirm. So I'm gonna have to force quit Bambu Studio. Okay, go back down to image to keychain. Okay, one more time, create from blank. And I'm just gonna say confirm. So now we wait. This might be why a lot of people are not doing this on Etsy, but I think it's worthwhile. Okay, so this is it matching 12 colors. And so I'm going to come over here and we can see that bottom of these colors, we could try auto matching, and in auto matching, it's going to bring up the screen. That's the 4 color version that we could then modify. Here's the 8 color version, which we would definitely have to modify. And then here's the 12 color version. It's a huge difference between 8 and 12 colors, but it's not really adding a lot of colors that we're going to end up using. So I come to the 12 and then I subtract. So we're going to hit confirm. Now I can see that these are the 12 colors that it's using, and I can come through and I can do some of these in order to try and make it 10 colors. So I only have to remove 2 colors. And so one color I'm going to remove here is this dark blue. Seems to be mostly up in the headband. And so this dark blue is going to become black. That's one of the colors that I had to remove. The other color I'm going to change is we have 2 different kinds of grays. We have a light gray and a dark gray. I'm going to change the light gray to a dark gray. There is no difference in the image itself. Those colors were used in the background. I have a much better image than I would have if I started at the 8 color and then added 2 colors. And so again, I'm going to say download, and this may take some time. We can see that the colors I'm going to use are up here and the colors are all mapped over here. Now, the only trick at this point is to make sure that I have these colors actually loaded in my AMS. And I do. Hey, while we're waiting, I'm going to remind you that if you want to print things in multiple colors, you're going to generate poop. If you print multiples of the same thing on a plate, you generate the same amount of waste, because the waste is only generated when it's changing colors. And so if you have 3 things and it's changing colors at all the same time, you end up with the same amount of waste, but you have more items. And so if you're ever doing these for a customer, it does not hurt to print more than one of them on a plate. You could throw one in as a freebie to them, or if one of them fails, you just have another one that you can use as a backup. Okay, this is still at 5% slicing, so I'll be right back. Okay, that took so long to slice that I'm surprised that I don't have a beard right now. So this is going to take 2 hours and 37 minutes. We can see here that there's 37 filament changes in here with a 71 cents cost. That's why this is such a great thing to sell, because you can make a custom piece of artwork for somebody and it ends up costing you $1 to make the thing. All right, last step in this process, I'm going to hit print plate, and then the next thing I'm going to do is match the colors. So this is a black and another black. I'm actually just going to map those both over there to that color. This is what I want for here. I have a more vibrant blue, which is this blue. And then this blue is the lighter blue. I happen to know which ones are which I happen to know which are which in the AMS. The colors here aren't exact to the filament that I have, but these filaments are actually the right filaments for that. And then I'm going to hit send, and that's it. And then 2.5 hours later, I'm going to essentially end up with one of these. That's it. That's the whole process. Hey there, it's David from next week, or at least it's David from next week from what you were watching, not next week from you watching it now, because that would be kind of weird, but cool. Anyhow, I was going to do Keychain Maker into the Sign Maker and show you how to do that. So if you were looking for another 3 exciting minutes on how to do that, I'm going to make that another video. I think this is enough for today. We'll jump towards the end, and then leave me a comment below if you want to hear more about the Sign Maker, and I will do that as a separate video. Okay, now back to me before now. And that's it. That's how you use these tools together to make some artwork that is really cost effective and can potentially make you a lot of money. If you have any questions about the process, please leave them in the comments. I can do a follow-up about this later on. Also, please leave in the comments which machine you have that you might want to do this on. I'd love to know if you have the A1 Mini or the A1 or the P1 or the X1. Let me know about which system you might be using with this. On your way out the video, don't forget to like and On your way out the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, which is over here somewhere, and don't forget to purchase my favorite 3D items from the online store right here. In the list below, I will have links to some of my favorite filaments to make these, because you're going to need a lot of colors if you're going to do 4, 8, 12 color printing on this. That's it for Dave Tries This. I'm David Schloss, and as always, thanks so much for giving this a try.